I guess it's not too often I get to talk about the world of heavy metal and the world of gaming into one little collaborative video, and I'm getting to with such a story like this. Marilyn Manson, which many of you are probably already well aware of, has been around for quite a while and had recently released his 9th studio album, which is called The Pale Emperor. And The Pale Emperor was printed, the CDs were printed on PlayStation discs. PS1 discs. The original OG PlayStation. He sought out the actual Sony plant where they had printed and pressed these discs, which, if you know, the bottoms of the discs are all black. He had sought these out to have his album pressed and put onto these. So they're literal PlayStation discs with the Pale Emperor on them, and it gets more interesting than just that. This actually uses some kind of little thermal transfer technology whenever it's inside of any disc player, and it starts to heat up. The disc will go from completely black, the entire disc is completely black, it will then change to completely white. Then once it cools down, it goes back to being all black again. Now, not to be confused with anything having to do with Michael Jackson changing of colors and shit, but this right here is fucking ingenious. I love this idea. I've seen picture vinyl discs and stuff, and I've seen them with different splattered colors and shit, and I always thought that was cool in vinyl. But you don't see stuff like this applied too often within music CDs. I've seen music CDs that were shaped different. I've seen that quite a few times. And I've heard about the thermal transfer technology. As a matter of fact, having to do with gaming, Hideo Kojima had wanted the original Snatcher whenever it was going to be played on stuff like PC Engine and like that. When it was inside of the disc playing, that the thermal transfer technology would make it so that when it heats up, it would smell like dried blood. That right there is pretty fucked up, but considering that there was a lot of situations where you would come across a crime scene because, you know, you're Gillian Seed and that's kind of what you're doing, is investigating all the fucking whereabouts of the Snatchers and trying to go and hunt them down. Well, that idea, he didn't actually get to do that, which is unfortunate, but the idea that he was trying to go for something like that, it just made me think about that story when thinking about the Pale Emperor, you know? And then it was even crazier. I'm like, damn, nine albums. That's how many albums Manson's put out so far. And I just think that's nuts, because I still think back to times of listening to Antichrist Superstar and Hollywood and all the other shit. Just like, holy fuck, I can't believe that. That's kind of crazy. And whether you like Marilyn Manson or not, or you fucking hate him or whatever, I still think this is really cool. I know some people are like, people still listen to CDs? But it's weird, because if you go onto iTunes, most of the fucking time, you go onto iTunes, and the songs on there, if you get the entire album, are more expensive to get than buying the physical CD. And I just think that's kind of ironic. I'm like, well, just buy the real fucking thing, and then burn it to your computer there. Now you have a digital version and a physical version. One has art, and then the crazy fucking color-changing CD and shit. I'm like, that's badass as fuck. It makes me wish that it would come with some kind of, like, video game related shit. Like, I wish it came with a PlayStation 1, or it came with, like, I don't know, Resident Evil's on the disc or some shit, and you just pop it in. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to fucking The Pale Emperor, this is great, oh man, I like this song, and then all of a sudden, Jewel Sandwiches, and fucking Barry Burton's just going crazy and shit, and then they have a duet with Manson, and it's just like, well, what the fuck's going on here? And they're all talking about the Dope Show and T-Virus, and nobody knows what the fuck's going on. But I still like the idea of it being combined together, and I just thought it was kind of cool to talk about, because it's metal, and it's gaming, and it's all in one video, and you already know I'm a big fucking metalhead, so yeah, there's all that. So, anyhow, if anybody knows about anything at all that uses this kind of technology or does other interesting shit, I know that 9 Inch Nails did something like this as well. Was it a 0 Year, I think it is? That they did something with a color-changing CD as well. But I don't know about other people out there. And again, I brought up vinyl with that. You know, they have all sorts of different discolored and colored and recolored and splattered colored and all sorts of other shit with that. So, either way, opinions, thoughts, feelings, I don't know, it's a fucking comment section, just say whatever, it doesn't even matter. You can have a conversation about anything, I really don't care. You can talk about fucking koala cookies, you know, little cookies with the fucking chocolate inside. You can talk about that shit. You can talk about Baja Blast is back in stores. I drank the fuck out of that. I was just like, I don't want my sperm to do anything, so I just drank a bunch of that, so that was cool. I got a new phone because mine is literally old as fucking piss, so I got a new phone, so there's that. Let's see. I got Final Fantasy X HD. I'm gonna go and pick that up today. So there's that. Yep. Oh, the Kickstarter for Bloodstained is doing phenomenal. Shit's like at almost 2 million. That's crazy. But everybody needs more Castlevania love in their life. So spiritual successors. Whoa! Anyhow, so enough of that banter. This is AlphaomegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on. By the way, go see Manson live. It's a really good show.